There are times in life where we come upon these crossroads, and it's about going the direction we've always gone in life, or choosing a juicier approach. And I think sometimes when we can admit to ourselves that we want to try something different, that can be the beginning of a real fresh start. Hi, I'm Kristen. Welcome to this very random reading. We're just going to see what comes up, what wants to be said, what needs to be heard. Please hit the like button. It would mean so much to me. It would help me out, and I would appreciate you. All right, what's randomly coming up for today? So we have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse with the King of Wands in reverse. So this seems to be two things here. It could be a relationship of some sort, of some kind, work, romantic, family, friend, where you're completely burnt out and you don't see where the path could possibly continue to lead in this relationship. Perhaps this is where you want something a little bit juicier, a little bit more exciting if it's romantic, or perhaps the cycle with this person has just it's come to an end. It's exhausting this relationship in one way or another. I think that this person you're dealing with in this situation isn't very grounded, and they kind of tend to come in and out as they choose. Maybe it's one of those friends where you get that feeling like they call you if nobody else can go out, or it's like whenever they need advice or they have a problem, they're the ones calling you, but when you have issues or you need some support, they're not as there for you, and that's exhausting. And Four of Cups, feeling like you're not being offered something. And I think you have other options. There are other things in your life. There are other people in your life. There are other ways of being in your life. And life wants to offer you a different experience, but it can be very difficult to not look at the past experiences, especially with any kind of relationships, and not feel that sense of betrayal. This could also be a group of people who are like this. With this big, huge green tree, it feels like the roots could possibly be very deep with this group of people or this person, that you feel very burnt out, that you feel like I can't go any further. Like it's like too many burdens that you feel like you want to drop them all. But it's like you're under the shade, you're contemplating, you're taking a step back. If you're not doing that right now, it's time to do that. It's time to contemplate, to sit with yourself, to be alone. There's nothing wrong with being alone on a Saturday night. Better to be alone than hanging out with people that aren't supportive or that you're really not having fun with anymore. For some of you, it could be you feel like, well, I'll go out with them. Maybe I'll meet guys and gals, like someone to go out with. It's like I don't have to go to the bar by myself, or I don't have to go to the party by myself, and who knows, maybe some of you are like think, I'll go out with people and I'll meet romantic interests. But it's almost like the places where these people want to go are not where you're going to find the kind of romantic interests that you're really interested in meeting. Perhaps you want to do different things, or perhaps you want to take some time. For some of you, you have with this person or this group, you've been out, maybe they've set you up with people that's coming in, and it hasn't really worked out. Like their taste for you is not your taste for you. For some of you, you've known these people since high school or college, and your tastes have just changed. Maybe they're pushing you to date a certain kind of person, or set you up with a certain kind of person because they think that you should have the kind of life that they have, but that's not what you want. You're just burnt out. You're burnt out, and you do have another option. You always have other options. Someone once said to me that, I was going to have to be alone for a minute, and then see who came into my life. And it was a teacher, and he meant friends actually, because I was, feeling like I had some betrayal and some stuff and some challenges with friends. And he just was like, you're just going to have to be on your own and see who comes into your life. And, he turned around to the class and he goes, hey, some of these ladies might feel like going out and having wine with you. And interestingly enough, I did try hanging out with some of the people in that class and it didn't work out, but it didn't matter because it initiated something. It initiated a new pattern. And by kind of letting go of what wasn't working and at least kind of trying some new things, that led an opening up to what eventually became a really wonderful group of friends who are the best people that I've ever met in my entire life. But it did take a little bit of time, which sometimes it takes a little bit of time with yourself. And it's using this time wisely with yourself. Buy yourself a glass of wine. Take yourself to a movie. Do some things on your own. Spend some time in journaling. Go to a different yoga class. Six of Cups in reverse, because we can't go back to the past. You don't want to go back to the past. And again, this could represent people that you've known from childhood, college, high school, or just people that you met in your teens or 20s or 30s and your 40s, 50s, 60s now. And it's just, you have come to new perspectives in your life, different types of ideas. You've had experiences. For many of you, you've traveled and had different types of more exotic experiences than some of the people that you're hanging out with. And you have a different perspective on life, a different overview on life. Some of you, you're hanging out with people that are more tunnel vision, like this is where they've been, this is what they do. They're stuck in tradition. For some of you, these people are stuck in tradition in a way that's almost like it's a distraction for them, or they won't allow themselves to break tradition or to think of something new, or to be even open-minded that they could live their life and live it in the way they want to live it, but that somebody could be completely different and that they could be happy too. It's almost like someone being different invalidates their choices. So there's this sense of them not having groundedness, right? They're not grounded. They're erratic. They're not as stable, even if they look like they are. There's something that within them that's, emotionally unstable or emotionally not fulfilled. Six of Swords, moving away from the anxiety that this causes you. But I think with this card, it's taking this time to sit and reflect upon those anxieties and how they've affected you in your life, how somebody else's thought patterns, the way they think about the world, how, the stories that they're constantly telling themselves and telling you over and over again about how they think that you should be, how that's affecting you. This is like vision quest for some of you, like going on a journey for some of you. And it's in the process of how to leave it behind. Because this used to be what you wanted, but it's not what you want anymore. And you don't want someone to distract you, to stop you, to impale your healing process. For some of you, you want to heal from something. Maybe it's a divorce. Maybe it's the loss of a big job, a loss of something, and people are making you feel bad about it. Or maybe they're reiterating the story if it was a breakup or a divorce. Perhaps they're friends with the person and they're like, well, we have to invite them to the party too, and they're our friend too. Or maybe they're always telling you about them or gossiping about them. And it's like, you don't want to gossip or talk down or anything like that. You want to like relinquish the story. You want to rewrite something different. You don't want to replay these things over and over again because you want to have a handle on your emotions. You want to be able to dip your toe and be able to experience whatever grief, whatever pain, whatever heartbreak, whatever disappointment, but you want to be able to handle it. You don't want to be thrust into it. Some of you really want to start something new and creative, something that is from your heart, something that is very unique. Some of you really want to open up a brick and mortar store in your local town. And maybe perhaps people are saying, brick and mortar, or why are you doing that? Some of you want to do something that's really connected to who you are. Some of you want to move away. Some of you just want to, take your ideas and go where you know that you can have the time that you need to do the healing and the soul repatterning. You want to connect more to the soul and integrate how you feel about yourself now, what you've been letting go of. You want to connect more deeply to yourself and to your heart on a more profound level. And you don't want to feel distracted by, again, some people that, I think for some of you, you're the person that people always go to because you're the grounded one. You're the one that has a lot of fire, inspiration, passion, groundedness. You know how to manifest things. You know how to really put things together in a slow and structured way and make them happen. And people are always coming to you for advice. They want you to constantly help them, and it's burning you out. It's time for you to help yourself. It's time for you to have a new beginning and to take a risk and just leave everything else behind and know that you are enough. So I think that's that. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope that you will enjoy all the readings with me this week. I've got something coming out 5 or 6 days a week, every single week, all kinds of love readings, relationship readings, intimacy readings, career readings, general readings. Let me know what you'd like to hear in the comments below, and I would be happy to accommodate, because it's fun to look at the energies and it's fun to come together in community and see what's resonating with all of us. So don't forget to let me know in the comments below what's resonating with you. And I hope that you will, if you're feeling the call, hit the like button, because that would help me out on YouTube for sure. But also subscribe. I would love to connect with you more, and I would love to build this community with you and have us all support each other on this unwinding journey of life. See you in the next one.